We have a vision to be an international university of choice, anchored in Africa, dynamically shaping the future. Our mission is to inspire our community to transform and serve humanity through innovation and the collaborative pursuit of knowledge. To fully embrace the digital universe which we are beginning to inhabit, this is what we do at the University of Johannesburg. UJ, where the whole is far greater than the sum of its parts.
Cheryl, you have really set up the platform brilliantly for our next speaker, who is from the University of Johannesburg, and she is going to be speaking to us about one of our particular 4.0 innovations at UJ.
Pavlinka Kovatcheva. It is really remarkable in itself that with my 35 years experience in libraries, being of an old generation librarian, I'm here today under the sub-team for IR, Technologies and the Libraries. And what an inspirational conference we had in the last 2 days, and a lineup of speakers sharing their experiences. You're not going to believe it. Last night I was listening to Eric and to other speakers and getting motivated and excited and trying to quote what they say, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have much time. We all going to learn something new and get really inspired, and in this difficult time of COVID-19 and social isolation and distancing, and what it is to adapt and work remotely from home. And I can say I have been the online librarian for so many years, but even for me it was so difficult for now nearly 6 months to work from home because I miss the face-to-face interaction. So very quickly, I usually love having slides like this because 35 years librarianship. I was the traditional librarian. I was using typewriter to do cataloging cards. So I started it very early 80s. So then I became the social librarian. I adopted the Web 2.0 technologies, everything from Facebook to Twitter. And that was way back in the late 2000s. And that's how also it's changing the way the libraries are. We've been face-to-face traditional library. Our users will come to us and they can find the information that is in the library. Then we became social. We start promoting our library on Facebook, on Twitter. We start using wikis and so much more in the mid of the 2000s, and we're still doing it. So we're transitioning to 3.0, where the technology now is taking over. And I can say I lost it a bit there. I couldn't explain myself what exactly 3.0 is going to be, but this didn't stop me from actually doing my job to repackaging the information, being the best embedded librarian I can be, using virtual spaces. And then suddenly one day I start hearing 4.0, industry 4.0, librarians 4.0. I said, what the hell? I was the 2.0 and now we are already 4.0. What's happening? And now it's actually, we're getting more into this one with big data, data management, artificial intelligence, and the chatbot, the automation of services, and maker spaces. So let's face it, our life is becoming really exciting. And I don't want other librarians to worry we're going to lose our jobs, because we need to go hand in hand with technology. We need to adopt and we need to apply, and everything will be okay. So my title is New Places, Roles and Skills. What I meant by this is like, we've been in the physical library. We are still in there after the COVID, of course. And then we moved to social and mobile places. And now we're getting into virtual and augmented reality. what new roles we play. Before, we've been predominantly face-to-face. Then we adopted the blended and online practices. And then this resulted in embedded librarianship and the use of technologies to enable us to create new spaces. And the new skills. The librarians, we are learning to be social, mobile, online technology-savvy librarians. And I know it's difficult for some librarians to move on, but we need to really try. And I've been amazed in the last few months, I'm really amazed how my colleagues also get on board of using technologies to do their job. Because let's face it, before we will say, oh, okay, we'll learn about this and that, but it's never been pushed. But now we're using from Zoom to Teams. Like yesterday, Eric Kruger was saying, suddenly everybody are on Zoom and on Teams, and they find it that it's normal because we learn what to do. So I'll focus now on the Innovative Learning Hub, and I'll explain to you what it is. And thanks to Prof. Maria for always supporting our group for this Learning Hub and really believing that it can be useful, even if we were a little bit lost in the beginning. So to give you the background of the project, we started in late 2018, but actually last year, in between all the other work that we do as librarians, actually we will get together. We were a library task team blended learning, and we needed to investigate and create a blended learning catalog of artifacts. At one point, we were thinking, but artifacts really? I thought this is everything from historical time. When you find a papyrus or something from the past, that's what is artifacts. And we start brainstorming what it is. It's actually, and what does it mean, what we need to do. Our target group are academics, probably new academics, people who haven't used this type of catalogs, need support when they start teaching. And the focus was to create a searchable content platform with focus on blended and online learning, as well as the fourth industrial revolution and virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and artificial intelligence. So we thought firstly there will be, the search will be mostly generic, because we wasn't so clear what exactly is going to happen, how it's going to happen. But we wish for generic and subject, instructional, educational resources, and technological tools. The biggest challenge that we had was finding the searchable platform. We did try different spaces, but it's never been the right one. So that was until the end of 2019, and at that time, our team dissolved. Beginning of the year, we have different teams, and I kind of continue working on this independently by myself. And then I remember from my old days when I was exploring everything that is out there, that I can try and use Google custom search engine. And the search engine is apply all the Google search strategies. Prof. Maria proposed also the new name, which actually sounds very good, Innovative Learning Hub. It's very impulsive. And then the content of this hub, it was to use pre-selected websites and resources to make the search more focused and relevant, which means if you go on Google, you search across everything. But if you use this custom search engine, you pre-select the resources that you want your users to search for. So we aim at freely available resources, open source, educational, technology, government-funded platforms, I found different platforms, even in India. There's this brilliant teaching platform, but also to reflect paid companies and products. The access point to this hub is either direct, we have a direct link from the library webpage. Also, we created Innovative Learning Hub LibGuide with instruction, and also in the LibGuide, it's embedded the search widget, so you can directly start searching from the LibGuide. What I did, I divided the four Industrial Revolution part in separate LibGuide, which is more introductory to the topic. And yeah, so I'll give you some example. And actually, I did a short video. I hope I'll have enough time to play it before I finish. So when I'm on the edit side of Google search engine, when I'm on that, my project, my hub inside, it's given me option to create categories, and they call it refinements. This will help users when they search to filter the results. You remember something like using the databases, and we can filter our search results. Google is lacking little bit on the same way as from the databases, but it's still doing a good job to narrow the scope of the search and to find results that are most relevant to them. And you remember, we pre-select the resources. We can target resources that fit into these categories formats. And when I say target, this is the best part, because we thought from the beginning of the project last year that we can focus on formats. What are our academics looking for, or even also others for research, our students? They're looking for useful apps, free apps that can help you download on your phone or on your mobiles, and you can easily access information. Mind maps, I love mind maps. Years ago, 10 years or so ago, I even created different mind maps mapping the UJ library and the science resources. So why not share mind maps that can help a teacher to visualize his subjects? Also images, free images. You remember, we need to cite, we need to reference, but sometimes you can use free images out there. Videos and audios. Don't you want to search specifically for videos that are more relevant instead of going to YouTube, and there's so much more there? Podcasts. To listen to podcasts, like this vision of Prof. Maria when she was explaining, for students to be in the taxi and going home and listening to podcasts, listening to lessons and anything else. Also, how to create a podcast, holograms, 3D tools. You can find actually web pages where you can see how you can print 3D materials. Infographics, gamification, coding, especially coding. If you search the Innovative Learning Hub, you can find selected sites where you can actually see how you can code. Innovative teaching, I'm using innovative teaching as an umbrella to all the other formats that I don't have. Anything that it's not in these 16 labels, I put under innovative teaching, or I try to redistribute. Companies, different companies that offer, maybe they offer something that it's paid, but we need to give our users a choice. UJ, also we going to continue adding content from UJ, any videos, anything that is out there available. Simulation, guess what? Since we are in lockdown, my Faculty of Science, it's been looking for a virtual reality product. We had a trial on Labster, and then we even purchased for physics department one simulation platform, so they can teach physics students on online teaching. So also you can find under simulation different free resources, and it's quite useful. How to, it's more about learning skills, how to create a podcast, how to audio, how to create a video, and also augmented reality and virtual reality. These are the 16 labels that I have created. So you can search the hub and you can retrieve the information like a search engine. But I also try to keep a spreadsheet with all the resources that I'm adding in the search engine. This way, I'll have an idea what I'm doing, what's going on. So far we have 70 different websites and resources. And as you can see, I also have the labels. So one website can have a few labels, like how holograms work. I put under 3D, but also innovative teaching. Or Google AR and VR, I put under applications because it's apps. You can download the apps. It's also innovative teaching. It's also covering augmented and virtual realities, and so on for different courses. So I can rearrange the list the way I want and the information that I need. So this is just an example of what a few of the resources that was selected for the hub, just some visuals. And these are some of the free courses. Remember, we study at university, our students are studying at university, but Prof. Maria mentioned yesterday, learning to be. Just because you're learning only to do this degree doesn't mean you shouldn't learn something else. When you have time, you can enroll in any other free courses and actually learn something different. So the hub also offers these options. And this is the look and feel when you search. I searched, for example, chemistry, and there were over 1 million results. And remember, this was also only pre-selected resources, and I have so many results. But now, if I want to find on what virtual reality offers for chemistry, I can immediately see Labster. Unfortunately, Labster is very expensive. Yeah, and we do have a feedback, so I need to actually collect from my faculty feedback. That is virtual lab simulation catalog from Labsters, and it's
Sorry to interrupt you. You've got about a minute left.
Minute. I have a 4-minute video. Okay, but I'm nearly finishing. So as you can see, the refinement courses, augmented reality, mind maps. So if you're searching per subject or generic, you can always select. I'm not saying it's working 100%. Sometimes it doesn't give me what I need as some of the labels, but it's still relevant information. This is the LibGuide. The embedded widget, you can start searching directly from here on your topic. And also at the bottom, it's instruction on what is the learning hub and how you can access it. And as you can see, the other tab, it shows technology and 4R. I separated this to another LibGuide as Cheryl was showing us earlier. So from this LibGuide, everybody that wants to learn more about what is 4.0, what is artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, you can come to this LibGuide. You can click on the links. There are also electronic books. There are also databases for searching articles. There are interesting videos and other content. So you can search the Innovative Learning Hub for 4IR technologies resources, but also you can come and read more about that. So these are some QR codes that you can use for to access anyone, the LibGuide, the web search, and the 4IR technologies. And you know what? It still stuck with me yesterday about the learning to be. we are changing and we are in a journey. We are learning to be an outstanding and fabulous librarians in time of social distancing. And guess what? My librarian degrees did not include web design skills, developing and maintaining library guides, how to hyperlink and embed, how to work with HTML, how to create videos, to use social media professionally, to teach and train users online, to learn how to develop an app or create a product such as the Innovative Learning Hub. We are lifelong learners, and I don't know why this one, but we can compete. Librarian, the original search engine, that's us. And we're not going to give up to technology. We're going to use technology for our benefits. And that's that from me. Thank you.
Pavlinka, thank you so much. That was really so insightful and inspiring to have come up with a whole new platform that can help people to embrace 4IR. Cheryl, the first question that I have for you is from someone who is asking, what were the challenges that you and your colleagues have had to face in implementing 4IR, and how did you overcome these?
Yep. So hello, and thank you once again. And so with regards to the question, I must first point out that all the IR 4.0 projects that we as a library we involve in is very much a team approach. So you involve your campus librarian, you involve your developers, you involve your librarians. And I'll speak specifically to the Ask Alexa project. That was the brainchild of our system developers. So I know one of the problems that a lot of libraries have, they don't have the skills that Pavlinka was talking about. They don't have the skills, programming skills. So we overcame that problem by actually hiring two program developers, and they were the ones who were able to develop that Alexa skill. Another challenge, of course, would be funding, because if you are implementing any type of IR 4.0, you will need to, let's say, to put out a substantial amount of revenue. And one way of overcoming that, of course, is by looking for grants. You know, I mean, there are lots and lots of grants. And if you have persons in your library who have grant writing skills, you can engage them in writing grants for these technologies. So two challenges, in terms of the professional skills and in terms of funding or revenue. Those are two of the challenges and how we sought to overcome.
Thank you so much. Then we have more of a moment of humor from one of the colleagues who says to you, Cheryl, wow, did you program Alexa to cut that hedge for UWI? And how did you do it?
As I said, I will confess that the bulk of the work was done by our developers. The librarians, we had a role in looking at the FAQ database, the knowledge base, and we were the ones who thought of in advance of the questions that our users would ask, and we were the one who were providing the answers. But in terms of programming, no, it's a skill I'm yet to learn. But thank you for that comment.
Okay, thank you. And then for you, Pavlinka, somebody is asking, what has been the greatest benefit for this new product or website that you have created?
I think the most important is one-stop shop. You know, it's a focus search engine that it's similar, it's a Google, and everybody are so used to search Google, but the Learning Hub, it's giving you more focused search, and it's easy to find the information that you need. And it's been a great experience to actually create it, and we're still going to work more on how to do it better and to apply everything that it's relevant for our university, and especially now on the online environment. So I treat the hub as any other database that I'm searching. So I greatly recommend it. We can wait for feedback, suggestions, and I'm having now a new team. I haven't contacted them yet. It's not enough time, but we definitely gonna learn more together, and we can add more content because this morning I was attending the Faculty of Science Teaching and Learning workshop, where our lecturers from each department were sharing their online experience in teaching online, assessment. And you can see what they already start using, mostly the young generation lectures. But we have space to help them find the right information to improve their teaching and learning. So this hub is definitely going to help. And also the LibGuides, please make use of the LibGuides. It's there for you. We spent hours developing, and new skills librarians.
Great, thank you so much, Pavlinka. We now go to the very last item for today, which really builds on what our previous speakers have been talking about, and that is to look at how we teach in the online space. So Cheryl and Pavlinka, thank you both so much for the insights and particularly for the inspiration, especially at the end of a conference. It's wonderful to be coming towards the end and feel that you've really been inspired by the speakers.
The University of Johannesburg, the future reimagined.